All right. Welcome to Theater School Podcast 55 or something. I'm two behind. I got two in the fucking... Well, because I was putting out the videos from the last show, so I haven't made any podcasts. And I did one with Mistress K and one with you, and now another one with you. Anyway, joined today by Richard Older.
Hi.
You can find him at RK Older on Twitter and Instagram and other social media. And we just went on an adventure today. I drove up the fucking valley.
Right?
For no money.
We're from the OC to the Deep Valley.
And I hate going to Van Nuys if I'm not getting paid or doing comedy. But I had nothing. But today was a holiday. And so in the spirit of discovery and adventure of Columbus Day, I drove out to parts unknown, the valley, Van Nuys.
You're not raiding pillage, though.
Not even good like the valley. Like, not like Porn Valley.
No.
Like,
It's boring suburban.
Van Nuys. Well, Van Nuys is like, I don't know. Like, parts of it's suburban, part of it like fucking gangster as hell.
Yeah, I don't think, like, they have that mislabeled. It really should be Lake Balboa, or we should be part of Reseda. Because Van Nuys is on the other side of the 405.
You know, I
don't know why we're a part
because
of
I
it.
go to the Van Nuys courthouse, and I hate going to the Van Nuys courthouse. Because I'll go early beat traffic, and I'll be like in the most ghetto McDonald's in the fucking world.
Yep, and that's not anywhere near where I live.
And I parked one time and just tried to sleep in my car for like an hour because I was there super early, and a homeless guy started throwing rocks at my car. It's a true story.
Why did a homeless man start throwing rocks?
Because he was angry, man. I'd be angry too. He's like, you're sleeping indoors. I don't get to do that.
You have a car. You probably have an apartment.
Man, dude. And I'm like, look, man, I've lost 2 girls to homeless dudes, man. You guys as a class are one up on me, like in ways that count.
No,
you don't need to be angry at me. You're throwing rocks in my car.
Rocks at your car.
I am not liking the homeless, man. And I'm not like in Orange County, I'm rich and they're not kind of way. Or like they're driving down my property values. No, just seriously, as a class of people, they fucked me over, man. I don't like the homeless people the same way I don't like to date Tauruses.
There's a great Chappelle joke about that very thing. He went to Detroit and bombed. People were yelling at him. One lady was like, "Fuck you, Dave Chappelle." And he said he was so mad that after the show, he went out and he bought $1,000 worth of bubble gum and shared it with the homeless of Detroit,
so they would stick it.
they would have something to chew on, yet they would still be hungry.
Wow, that's dark. Dave Chappelle, man.
Good joke.
That's probably part of it's true. There's some kernel of truth there.
There's a kernel of
you
truth.
don't get that dark without some genesis.
Yep.
There's something in there. Anyway, so I went and retrieved Richard from parts unknown.
Oh yeah,
and
you'll probably hear on another podcast that my car broke down.
Yeah. So and they were unable to be open on Sundays because they closed, and then they were open today. They fixed it up because he had a warranty. Because past Richard
thought ahead for once.
For once, past Richard wasn't a dick.
Yep. Past Richard went, "This is a good idea." And it paid off.
Man, you gotta think of it like courtesy, man. Like you did about your PDAs, right? About about being courteous. You gotta think about when past Richard has a choice or present Richard, you gotta think, is this past Richard being a dick? Like, how would I want to be treated? How would I want past Richard to treat me? None of the little things like, hey, should I invest this $50 in a savings account or should I get some weed? But the big things, man. Should I splurge $500 and get the extended warranty so when I have thousands of dollars of damage, it's covered? And I don't gotta fucking suck dick on the street until I got enough money to pay for it? Or do I want to fucking do a massive bender of that $500?
Nobody
and
wants
future
to be
Richard.
their dick. There's gonna be tears involved.
There's always tears involved. Anyway, so I retrieved him. But the car wasn't ready yet, and I was hungry, so we went to Maggiano's to get some food. And because I'm nice, I treated for the meal. I'm kind of a dick, so I said you can order off this very specific discount menu. You can order the value menu.
See, and I'm so poor. I'm like, thank you so much, sir, for your generosity.
But there's like $30 fucking dishes, man. This is Maggiano's, the source of the place, the mecca of my passing out on a date.
Yeah.
Luckily, they didn't recognize me. I haven't been there for a while.
You have history at that building.
I did not. Luckily, anyway, but we walk in and this is gonna be interactive because we're putting this on social media. We're looking like the biggest fucking dirtbags you were goddamn seeing. All right, because I'm wearing sweatpants that I cut off myself and did not do a good job.
He cut them out of the knees. He made his sweatpants into sweat shorts. Cut them off at the knees himself, so it's jagged. And I mean, I suppose some people might buy them at Hot Topic on purpose.
Well, I was telling Richard that when I did this first time I did it, like 2.5 years ago, there was some super hot 19-year-old college girl who looked at it and goes, "Oh wow, did you do that yourself?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "That is such a good idea. It's a good look." And it's not a good look on me, but like when she wears it, it's gonna fucking look super hot and become a worldwide trend. Well, it hasn't because it was 2 years ago. But like there was the potential, and I was like,
you know, she killed it though.
She fucking killed that
great.
look, yeah. But that look didn't originate with her. The looking good part of it did, but the idea part, this guy.
Was you just airing out your legs.
Fuck yeah. But like, there was a huge amount of pride I had. Like, you know, that as fucking orc-like as I look, I was somehow generating a fashion idea.
You did. You did. She dug it.
Like that's as close as I get to looking good. I'm like, I represent a possibility. A theoretical example of what might look good on someone else.
I take what you have here and put it on me, it'll look great.
Exactly. That's as good as I can be is... Oh, shit. Well, I got a message from Veronica.
Oh, yeah, dude. You got some work ahead of you. I got a message from Veronica. I haven't read it. But I caught the...
I didn't get a message. I got an essay. All in one piece too. She never fucking hit return.
We just started podcasting. I was gonna warn you that when I plug my phone in, where it says, "Hey, you got these notifications." The first thing was her starting to rant. I'm like, "Oh, I should let Doug know."
But you didn't. Well, you didn't. I appreciate the intent.
Bought me dinner and everything.
But let me be clear, you did not.
She is super pissed.
Thanks. I've only read about one word out of every 30 in the message because it's an essay, but I picked up that she's pissed. My eyes lit on the "you are a piece of work."
Yep.
Anyway, so not to let that dominate the podcast. So we were telling a story. Okay, so yeah. So anyway, I walk in with the jagged fucking shorts. And
tank top,
which is store-bought. I didn't cut the sleeves off this one. I have shirts I cut the sleeves off, but that's a different thing. And Richard, on the other hand, is rocking sandals, a shirt with sleeves.
Right? Nice. Right?
We got a random passerby. We're podcasting. We're both comics.
Yeah.
Not very good comics.
But we were just here.
I find myself to be a comic sometimes.
Well, we actually do a show in this complex the third Saturday of every month.
Yeah. At the yoga center right there in the front.
Oh, really?
I'll give you my card just in
Yeah,
case.
I'm new here, so I haven't even seen the yoga center yet.
Oh.
Nothing's wrong with sandals and a shirt.
Well, so in the podcast we're talking about it and we're posting something on
So,
social
do you mind if
media.
you're on the podcast?
Not at all.
Okay.
Awesome.
Do you want to give a name? Like, it can be a fake name, but do you
My
want to give a
name's
name?
April.
April,
Right on,
welcome to
April.
our podcast. It's called Theater School Rejects, and if you email me, I'll send you a link to it.
Okay.
And so we were talking about.
We went into
so the
a
setup,
nice Italian restaurant today.
and I was dressed like this without the shirt, so I was
Okay.
just dressed up with the
Okay.
tank
And I
top
was like
and this, and we were
And
saying
for a
like,
visual, they both look like they're working out.
okay, yeah, so like,
Okay, we look like we
Minus the sandals
we look
and
like we
one
have
t-
intent to work out.
Intent to
I
work
don't
out.
look like I do, but I look like I have intent.
I did work out in this outfit last night. At least that was the word for this. But like,
At least you have
so
an excuse.
so like, but we went into this like Maggiano's, which is down the road. It's really
Yeah,
super nice.
sounds nice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's Southern Plaza.
Fantastic.
Okay.
It's about down Harbor, just down Harbor, about 3 miles.
Okay.
And well, actually, it's up first. But anyway, you'll see it. South Coast has it's a huge mall. Yeah, it's a huge mall. And
It's down at the mall.
and we walk in there, and I'm like, we go in. I'm like to the server, I'm like, look, is it early enough? Because like 4 o'clock. You know, are we before the dinner rush enough that you don't mind sitting us looking like this? And she goes, we don't have a dress code. I'm like, I know, but we are really pushing it. We should not be allowed out of the house like this.
At this restaurant,
And there were
nonetheless.
people in nice clothes there.
Business
yeah.
attire.
It's
Yeah,
a very
yeah.
nice place. It's really nice. It's upscale.
Really
Yeah.
snazzy.
Saw some dude taking a chick on a date. And he takes.
We're gonna move on, man. But wait.
Well,
So,
cash is king. So regardless of where you're at, as long as you can pay for services.
well, I paid. I put my card right away. I was like, "Here's my card."
Yeah,
like
here it
like
is.
halfway through the meal, I'm giving them the card.
card's
so they don't
good.
think
The money's good.
we're
The
gonna
money's
try
good
and
despite
they're
the
gonna have
money.
us washing dishes.
That's why we look
But
like
anyway,
comics,
but we
the
but we
money's
took
good.
we took pictures and uploaded to Facebook. We haven't yet, but we're like. Okay, we both look like dirtbags, but which of us was more so? Which of us brought the property value down more? Because he's got the sandals, but I got the shorts.
He
I
got
cut
the
off
jacket
myself.
shorts. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you.
Yeah,
Because
wait,
of the
more.
shorts.
Yeah,
And for the record,
another victory
ones
for
are
Richard.
cut off.
Yeah,
One is cut off at the knee, and the other one's cut off at the calf.
I did it myself.
So he looks like a gangbanger.
Thank you. That's the best description. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you,
Likewise.
April. Have a good
You guys
day.
have a good night.
Absolutely. That's what we do.
We are comics. We are entertaining the world one person at a time. Literally, our 5s of listeners, which I think it's safe to say is now the 4s of listeners.
Well,
I feel pretty confident that
after
we are
the
now.
Instagram you just got.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
that
it's now the
was four.
4s of listeners.
Yeah.
But well, people misinterpret that. I'm not saying we got 4 listeners. I'm saying that like we have like 18 or 20 hits, and that's not. You can't say 10s,
Right.
but I can group it in 4s. That's 5 groups of 4s.
Or 5, so there's 3 groups of 5, potentially 4 groups of 5.
But I'm worried we're going down to 12 now. So the 4s of listeners.
It's probably more accurate.
Anyway, so we're entertaining people one person at a time. We did about 2 minutes of street theater with April. You seem very cool. And she says, I look like a gangbanger. So I am even tougher than I actually am, because I actually was a cage fighter. But now I look like a gangbanger, which I think we all agree is tougher because they got guns. They may not win a fight, but when they lose, they are up in the ante.
I admit, man, you do kind of look like you could be pushing that purple meth they had in Breaking Bad. A little bit.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I'm here for you.
Just make it better, man.
Isn't that what I do?
I don't know. That message is looming
No.
over my head like a sort of fucking Damocles. That fucking, the fun went out, man. I was having a good time today. I was like 20% less depressed than usual.
Right? It's been a good afternoon. It's been fun. It was a fun drive down. Just bullshitted. Listen to music. Listen to old music.
Listen to some great music, because
Yeah.
it turns out, this is actually cool, let's talk about this, so Pump the Volume is my favorite movie when it came out, and Richard and I are not too far apart in age, that he also is one of his favorite movies, and we both own the video cassette, which kind of says like what we have in common, man. We've only met about a year ago, but clearly our thoughts have gone on the same track a couple times. And we both discovered Leonard Cohen in that movie, and had to do some research to find a song by Leonard Cohen, because this is the best song in the movie. The best song in Pump the Volume, the fucking best song, is not,
On the soundtrack.
well, I don't know if it's the best song, let me rephrase it. The centerpiece, the song that's the centerpiece of that fucking movie, the song that is woven throughout the text of that movie, is not on the soundtrack.
No.
And
It's covered.
it's covered, but the actual song is not, the song that's played in the movie
Yep.
repeatedly throughout, set in the mood, is not there.
It's a song that is the intro music to his radio show.
Yeah, and it's woven. It has meaning. It sets
Yeah.
the mood, and it is not there. But we managed to find it, and we both tracked down Leonard Cohen from the cover, and we both like then had a long-standing depth,
Appreciation.
of Leonard Cohen music
Yeah.
based on that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that we both sort of went down the same journey to find the same artist.
Well, I bet a lot of people did.
Yeah.
But like, what was funny to me is that, well, Richard comes from a family of musicians. Well, at least his dad's a musician, hung around musicians. I don't really know any musicians, so I was 17 and completely ignorant. I just stared at my cassette, and I'm like, the song I bought this thing for is not here. And a buddy of mine, well, who's also in the Coast Guard on the ship, a seaman, no one step too far jokes, just said, like, why don't you check and see who wrote the song? Maybe that's the original performer. And I was like, okay. And it turned out it was written by Leonard Cohen. But I didn't make that leap. And I talk about my intelligence. I'm a member of Mensa, but I had no experience to to try and track down. Now all you millennials out there, like, why don't you just look up in Google? Google didn't exist yet.
It didn't exist
We
yet.
fucking are 20 years before Google at the time of this story taking place.
Yeah.
And that's not even like Google like today. Even before the old Google, which wasn't nearly as good. Even before the fucking Ask Jeeves and Yahoo, which predated Google.
You had to go to a music store and do some legwork.
Well, I just asked a buddy. And he's like, Leonard Cohen. And I was at the music store, and everybody's like, there, Leonard Cohen. Lots of Leonard Cohen. So,
You still had to go search it out.
well, I had to go to a music store,
Yeah.
which ones have no idea what that means. You went to a store?
Well, it's like, what's a music store?
Is that musicstore.com? I know what that is.
Yes, little ones, children. Back in the day, there were stores where they sold nothing but music. And they played music. And they had CDs and cassette tapes and some vinyl. And it was a nice, hip, fun place to go. And if you're curious, Google Tower Records.
What? Good. If you want to understand what it was like before Google, Google Tower Records.
Yep.
That's as good as things are going to get. All right. And I have another essay to read, apparently. So,
You got some work ahead of you, sir.
welcome.
Maybe not. You could just blow it off.
I have to read it. I'm not capable of not reading it. I may not read it till tomorrow, but I have to read it at some point. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to Disco Rejects.
The
Thank
Forza
you,
listeners.
Thank you, April, if you're listening to this and
Yeah,
judging
thanks, April.
our Dirtbag contest.
You won.
And you can see our Dirtbag contest on Facebook. When you check this out, look up RK Older's Facebook. Look up whatever. Maybe we'll make a YouTube video. Compare the Dirtbags side by side. YouTube poll. I don't know. Twitter poll. Something like that. Find RK Older on Twitter. Find me at Love is Cthulhu. And have fun. Be excellent to each other.
Right?